Dear Uncle, and this is interesting actually because the lady's, I can't do the lady's real name, but who's written in, but she's written us at the top. It says, Dear Uncle Si, Uncle Dave, and Aunt Tasha.
Oh, God.
Oh
Getting
dear.
older by the week, aren't I?
This comes from Josie, who says, Please help me. I'm a 41-year-old mother of 3 biological children, and I also have an adult stepchild who answers to the name of husband. His name is Jeremiah.
Answers to the name of husband. I like this woman already. That's hilarious.
To say that he's rubbish at helping around the house is an insult to rubbish. I'm very lucky in that he's great with the kids, but only because he's one himself. When it comes to the grown-up stuff, he's utterly useless. I work full-time, as does he, and so we share tasks. One of his responsibilities is to make sure that we don't run out of essential stuff, like loo roll and nappies. We're always out of loo roll and nappies, but never out of beer or peanuts. I find empty bottles in the fridge. Orange juice, milk, none in the bottle, but the bottles are in the fridge. He forgets Valentine's Day, my birthday, our wedding anniversary, yet he has no trouble remembering every player's name from the Wrexham team that beat Arsenal in the FA Cup a few years ago. He still reads Viz, he finds farts funny, and don't get me started on the toilet seat being left up. He's really sweet and I love him loads, but he drives me utterly mad. Isn't there some sort of training school I can send him to? Asks Josie. Over to you.
Sounds like a normal man to me.
I beg your pardon?
A letter. To two as well. He's not alone.
I think, yeah. I was talking about this to a mate of mine the other day, Nikki, and Nikki was saying, she goes, you see, the thing is that, like, men like doing the stuff that they like, and they're not very good at doing the stuff that they don't like. And I was like, well, what do you mean? She said, well, you know, like the humdrum stuff. Like, men are great with the kids because, you know, fundamentally, as Nikki was saying, like, you know, they're kids. So if they want to go swimming, that's great. I'll take them swimming. And but if taking them to the doctors or something that they don't, or, you know, sitting in front of the teachers at school and stuff like that, they're a bit pants at. And I was saying this, well, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's solely confined to men.
I don't either.
I don't.
Actually.
I think that you know, in some relationships it can be the other way around as well. You know,
Oh, yes.
whereas the lady is the one who's off doing her things, painting her nails 24/7, and that's not my missus. She'd kill me. But I know some people there where it's like, you know, the bloke's busting his bits off and she's doing the nails and the hair thing and saving up for the Botox lips. No, it's not confined. It's just it's people thing.
I agree. I'm going to be very careful what I say on this problem.
Is your husband like that, Tash?
I have a very I knew what I married when I married him. So
Yes,
it's
then.
fine, but lately traditional 1950s style relationship I've had, but at the same time I've welcomed it. You know, I'm very, very lucky to be able to stay at home and have my kids when they were very little, and he allowed me to do that. Not allowed me, but you know, we financially could afford to do that. That was very lucky. But I wanted a career still, and he was welcome. You know, he was open to me having my career. But fundamentally, I did jump into the role of, oh, love my husband, have the house nice and the food ready for him when he came home, and it was tidy and the kids were all bathed and ready for bed, and I loved it. I absolutely love being a mother. But I created it. But I think I also created the monster, enabling my husband to come home and find his food and the kitchen nice and clean and the bathroom done and the doctor's appointments booked. And I sort of relish that role. But as the years go on, that role and a career is tricky to manage. COVID was very good for that relationship, I would say, because you could see how much everyone puts into the relationship rather than somebody going out to work and coming home to it. So, but my husband is nicknamed Chief Executive of Toothpaste in our house, and he actually last night confessed to his errors, how he's been slacking and should really be at a tribunal at this point, because we haven't had the right amount of toothpaste in our house for a long time, and I've had to pick up the slack. But I have to say, like Josie, he's the most incredible father. You know, he's an amazing dad, but in lots of other ways just than playing with them, don't get me wrong. And I think you've got to give and take in a relationship. If someone hasn't changed and you're kind, and I could talk quite a lot about it, I think. But yeah, I'm not complaining at all. I do complain when the toothpaste runs out. I think you give and take, and I think it's a part of somebody I wanted to be. It was to create a loving, open home where I cooked and I I slightly fell into the 1950s thing, I think, but I'm not complaining.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with defined roles if both are in agreement and both do what the definition of the roles are. I think it causes less confusion that way. I think that's fair enough. Yeah.
I do moan.
Well, he has a moan, don't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do moan.
Yeah, I tend to be kind of quite picky and tidy. Do you know what I mean? I'm the one who would never, ever leave the toilet seat up. Never. But, maybe my other half might. But I'll slam it down and make a noise. But the defined roles in the household, you see, I refer to as the Minister of Finance. I'll leave that stuff to her. But there again, we split our money, so it's 50-50 work on the workload, isn't it? You know what I mean? And that works very well. But yeah, no, but I like things like the toothpaste thing. Why don't you just do what we do? I just buy in bulk,
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I'll get it online because since this cancer thing, everything I want is organic and free of this, that, and the other. So I'll get like a dozen tubes in. Then we never run out. Do you know what I mean? It's great.
Do you know
Bog rolls, buy in bulk.
Yeah, he actually confessed that was the issue because we're Costco members. So you end up buying, 400 loo rolls at one go and you don't know where to store them. You're kind of sitting on them like they're your sofa. And we also bulk bought toothpaste, and he was chuffed to bits to be in Costco going, look at my job now, I've bulk bought the toothpaste. But then he's relied on that for months. And then suddenly the bulk does run out. It does run dry. And he's like, but surely we bought 400 toothpaste last time. And I was like, yeah, 4 years ago. We do need to clean our teeth still now. So, and then we end up in the corner shop, really expensive ones that are too small, or the travel one you got in the hotel, all rubbish. But I'm a real stickler. I won't buy it. I'll let it run out. I'll let it run dry. Because I do all the other jobs in the house.
I love Costco. I was a Costco victim, though. I'd go to bulk buy me toothpaste, but unfortunately, I suppose I fell into Jeremiah's role. I bulk bought beer, and I ended up buying all those bar snacks like you see in pubs. I remember coming back with 3 cards of Scampi fries. And,
it's mint, isn't it? Yeah. You go to your shopping and you end up with a canoe. I love it. It's just like, get in. I didn't want this, but I'm glad I've got it.
Good friends of ours are hysterical. You go around for dinner and you literally open a cupboard and it's like there are like 30 pots of coffee. There's 30 sushi packets or whatever, or bread rolls bake in the oven. And then suddenly they go, and we've got the hot tub, the pinball machine. We got a tent.
Do you want to lend me tent? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought some. I too am a Costco fan, and I bought this. I don't even know why. You know the Chinese crackers that you get, but
fortune cookies.
They're like the rice crackers, and they're all mixed in one. And then there's wasabi peanuts in there as well, and all that. You like this all mixed in.
I think I've got them here.
Honestly, I bought this jar of it, and I thought, and it doesn't look that much in the shop, does it? Because the thing with Costco is, what you've got to remember is everything's scaled up, right? Yeah. So I got this thing home, and I thought, honestly, I've had it for about 4 months, and I've still not finished it. And I'm like, I did try to make a concerted effort. It's like it's an endless pot of nibbly things.
You say that though. On the other hand, what's so scary is I love the chocolate covered raisins that come in this giant jar, and like you're saying, you think that's not, but then you eat the whole lot in the next few days, and you suddenly realise your hand's been in that pot. You could never finish, and then it finishes, and then you feel guilty.
Oh, the one I had that I could never get through was in Barrow up there. We didn't have Costco. We had Booker's. Booker's was the same, but you had to be affiliated to a business. Well, anyway, my friend Tuck, who had the Thai food stall on the market, she got me a card. But what happens is, when you check in, it comes up on a television screen. Now, obviously, people knew me in the town because of seeing me on the telly. But obviously, when I walked in there, I used to come up as Tuck's Thai Foods. And it's like, and then the people look at me, I'm going, well, mate. But I came back, I thought the best thing, you know the towels that you get in Chinese restaurants to wipe your hands in the polythene bags?
Oh, yeah.
I bought like 500 of those. I couldn't, you microwave them. So when everybody come round, for the first couple of times I thought it was dead clever. I got my hot towels out at the end of dinner. But at the end of like the third time, it's like, oh, what am I going to do with this? It's just crap, and disastrous for the planet and everything. It never ticked any boxes other than a bit of a novelty.
I mean, I think characters like us should definitely not be let loose in places like that.
Yes. So the moral of this tale is, Josie, never let Jeremiah go to Costco, Booker's, or any of their derivatives, because he's only going to be indulging his passion. Exactly. And if you do panini stickers as well for his football, then you're completely knackered.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.